I spent an average of 30 hours per week working with prospective customers who, for most of them, are sincerely interested in getting into the online auction business, and this includes both traditional online auction and penny auction arenas. The greatest challenge for me is to educate our potential customers about the complexity of this web-based application. One hand, I don't want to scare them off with all the technical complexities, and the other hand, I don't want them to have any misconception of the business. Here are some of the biggest misconceptions. 1. Any penny script will do. Based on our study, over 90% of the penny scripts sold on the internet will not pass the functionality, security and stability tests. Most of the problems resides in the stability. Most of the time, it works fine until it hits the heavy traffic load where thousands of users hit bidding clicks the database at the same time. There are many factors that could contribute to this instability. It could be hardware, software, network's bandwidth, or a combination of all three. Network bandwidth problem is something that we have very little control over. Hardware problem is a budgetary dependent, so therefore depending on your budget, you can always add more servers if needed. The sad part of it is that too many software vendors out there deliberately scaled down their actual hardware requirements to make it sound more affordable for the customers in order to sell their software. Once the customer buys the software and hosts it on the server, problems will begin to show up. What I want to focus on here is the software problem because it is the biggest and the most expensive problem to solve, assuming they know how to solve it. Think of it this way. The most crucial part of your penny auction software is the database. It is where it retains all the records and all the bids history. There is a limit as to how many records your database can hold before it overflows, and there is a limit as to how many cycles your hard drive can run per second. If there is no smart strategy in your coding to avoid the overflow of data and to circumvent the limitation of your hard drive's limitation, then the choke up or freezing of your bidding system is guaranteed. 2. Website versus website application. Many of my customers believe that the penny auction or traditional auction system we have is a typical website. Yes, it's a website, and no, it's not. By my definition, a website is a website if you can host it in a shared hosting server with little or no database, and a website as a web application is when you need a powerful dedicated server to run it because of its databases and system architectures. Now, I have to admit that's a lousy way of defining it, but it's the simplest way I can define it without getting into all the technical jargons and all the computer science theories and practices. So when you view the penny auction as a web application, you will be better prepared for it when it comes to the server hardware's needs. 3. Amateur versus expert. Setting up a server to run a penny auction website and managing it is like setting up and managing other websites. The truth is that you need someone who knows how the system is coded, what sort of traffic load that you will have on the site, and how to best handle such traffic load. You may only need one dedicated server to handle it all, or you may need several of them, each handling a specific assigned task. The bottom line is that any credible penny auction software needs a server expert to configure and set up your server for you. An amateur will not do it. 4. Not all penny website created equal. All penny auction software is the same, since they are all doing the same thing or providing basically the same features or functionalities. Not quite. Depending on how it is coded, the type of database architecture it used, how many tasks it can handle per second, how many cron job services and how often they run, etc., will determine the type of server and server architectures you need. If anyone is telling you that one size fits all for your penny auction website, then he or she is not telling you the truth, or they have no clue what they are talking about. The most difficult part here is to find a right solution, size, that fits your business needs at the present time. It is also hard to be able to project the future growth of the site where you can scale your system to fit the projected demand. At DMS, we started you out with our basic package of just $149 per month for 3 months. We then evaluate your need based on the past performance and recommend the appropriate solution to meet the projected future demand. The good thing here is that this is a good problem to have if you have it. It means that you have more than 10,000 active users and the average concurrent users is more than 2,000. Unlike most of the PaaS software out there, our software is built with scalability in mind. About the author. This article is contributed by Philip Nguyen. He is currently serving as the president of Digital Marketing Solutions LLC since August 2003. His firm also designed and developed the PaaS software, which can be found on www.pennyauctionsoftware.com. Philip received his bachelor at Western Michigan University and his master degree in software engineering and network at Grand Valley State University in Michigan. He has been the keynote speaker for many important IT seminars relating to computer sciences and computer networks. For more info, please visit www.pennyauctionsoftware.com or send us an email to info@pennyauctionsoftware.com. Good luck! Make sure you subscribe to this channel so that more of this topic can coming your way. Once again, if you need a company that has the experience to do this kind of task, check out cybermerce.com, that is cybermerce.com.